Jackal Motorsports here today to talk about fueling upgrades for the CREC-based system. Today is October 19th, 2024. First, we're going to go through what the 2018 Audi A6 car has for modifications so that you understand where we are at personally before we say that we've fixed a problem. So on top, we have the Vast porta blower from Marshall, gas clutch delete, and the gas ZPE coated pulley. We've got the lower pulley, I believe it's CTS. We've got a gas intake, it's the 84, and a meth kit from Snow that is hidden under here and uses the reservoir for filling. We use that sometimes when we're building out fueling or updates to tunes, just to make sure that if this system did run out of fuel, we had a little bit of extra, but currently it's off. In the front, we have Merc Racing's divorced kit, and under here is the Monster cooler for the heat exchanger, where the heat exchanger is the cooler. We use the gas, really pretty burnt titanium intake. It's a Monster, fits right on there. And we have ethanol sensors and anything else that you need. Now, when we were building out this platform, the shop car didn't have the issue to begin with until we got to stage 2 plus with E50 and we started to see it on our own car. But what we quickly saw when we started doing beta testing on this with other customers was we would start out with low boost, and even in low boost situations, there was a run out of high pressure pump would go nuts, and the low pressure pump would peg out, and then you watch the injectors run away, and you had to fix it. It wasn't anything you could do but turn down the boost for quite a while. So we built tunes around that that worked fairly well. What we've come out with more recently for the higher horsepower ones is a fueling fix, and it addresses both of these issues. So stage 1, stage 2, E85, maybe you have a odd car and it has the fueling issue, you can order this. You can also build it yourself if you do incline, like say we're out of stock for some reason. We have over 300 of these coming in to make sure that everybody is covered, as we have a couple hundred customers on Jackal that will be going to a full send setup. So you can stay tuned for that. But the main restriction on this system is down here. So the Jackal fueling kit will come in all stainless. This is the shop car, so I had put in a brass one here and some clamps. It will have the real pretty clamps here. You'll see them over there. We'll go over that in a second. Now the main system feeds through here without this split, so this is normal, and it goes down to the high pressure pump. Now on the B8 platform, that's it. Comes out this big hose, goes to the high pressure DI injection under there, and you're done. But on the CREC-based system, there are 2 fuel rails, 1, 2, that also get fuel, and it's a sized line that's about half of this. It goes up under here. Under the Jackal Motorsports head, there's a pressure sensor for low pressure where it monitors it, still turned on, plugged in, and then it tees out over to this feed behind the head there. Similarly over to here behind this head, it's hidden down there. During our testing, we did single pump upgraded, dual pump upgraded, and it was still a miss. So on a whim, we added a T over here and just ran it up over here like this. And this back feeds to the pressure pump here, the sensor comes up over here. And so it satisfied it, but we weren't sure long-term if one bank was getting less fuel than the other. So what we did was we put a T over here, came around the back, and this is Gates very, very good biofuel. Do not go on Amazon and buy the 300 PSI stuff. It will rot out within a week, explode at all of the crimp points. You will catch your car on fire. Is not a joke. Don't do it. You also need to use stainless, everything. It eats the brass, the ethanol, high ethanol content. So I don't know why you would want to build it. The pricing on the Jackal Motorsports website is the same as it would cost to do it yourself. But what we do is we tee it here. It feeds both ends back through here and over there. And that's it. Now, if you're tuned on Jackal, there's no changes needed. You can just add this line. You don't have to ask permission. You don't have to ask for an update. We do suggest that you send us a log. We always like to see those good logs. It's always good to see when things are working. However, if you are on another platform, just make sure with your tuner that it's okay that you're doing this. You shouldn't see a problem with the fueling, but we can't speak on behalf of how everybody else does their tuning. So just check in with them. I don't want you to overpressurize your system or underpressurize your system in any way. Be responsible for that. As always, you can move over to the Jackal platform at any time you want. There's a switch over for any of the competitors' solutions. And we do have custom tunes coming out that are off the shelf or OTS in nature, specific to 93 in E85. Now that we have mastered the injection system on this platform. Coming up in our next release, we will go through the fuel injection setup, which is how to run full E85 on the CREC-based system, but with just this fuel line system and this setup that we talked about at the beginning, and the dual pump in the back from LDOC, which is also found on our site, should be able to safely run on the Jackal tune E50 to E55 without any issues. The times will start to come in pretty soon from our beta testers that are already out there. And we look forward to having more of you come over to work with us on cool stuff. So we are super excited and can't wait to share the final tuning solution with injection if you do need it. But we do recommend this again for any high ethanol tunes. And this common feedback that you would feel in your butt would be it's slow, it's got sluggish at the end of third, it did something weird. Any of those situations, you probably have a case where you either ran the tank down too low and it sucked a little bit dry, or it's not keeping up. The fueling system just isn't keeping up. So stay tuned. Looking forward to more.